Roll Julia. Okay, this is it, the finale. Episode 10, fellas.
It's here.
It's here.
Sad.
Another season in the books of Dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy that we're already here, but we are.
Yeah, I think we've had a great, just before we get into it, just so far, linear television, the response isn't like it used to be, because that used to be the only way people watched any type of hunting. It's before social media, or really before YouTube, when Dropped came out the first time. And I'll never forget that first time it aired. We were up at the lodge, up at the ranch, and I remember hundreds of Facebook comments on our page.
Yeah. Well, you have to remember, that's when Twitter just came out. We were trending on Twitter.
Trending.
Because there wasn't anything else like, it was
Yep.
I mean, that's just like the craziest, wildest thing to say, but that's like back when, television was only way to watch it.
It's the only way to watch it. And yeah, the feedback was crazy, because it was kind of in the days where Facebook was kind of unthrottled too. So there wasn't any governor on there. Everybody saw what you posted. So it was a little bit different there. But I think we knew right from the beginning, episode 1, season 1, when we had all those comments come in, that we had a tiger by the tail. We were on to something. And, since that moment, we're looking at episode 9, wrapping up season 9 finale, talking about over 100 episodes now that we've shot up in the wilderness and remote everywhere. It's fulfilling. I think we can come to the point now in the journey where I feel satisfied with what we've done so far. Not saying we're done, or not saying that we don't want to go out and continue to do cool things. But if it were to end, I feel good about where it's at and what the impression that we've left, with it.
I think for me, I still thrive on it. It's everything I am, just being out there in middle of nowhere, self-reliant, doing our thing. I love every second of it. I start to turn, and there was a time there was about 2 seasons there where I got to the point where I was like, I don't know how long I'm going to keep doing this. Because
it was when the format changed, though.
The format changed, but also where I was in my life with my kids and my age of my kids and all the stuff that was going on back here at home. How long can I keep doing this? And how long can I keep disappearing for 30, 40 days at a time and leaving my wife all by herself? Now it's funny, because I'm at a point now where I'm like, I got to figure out the best way to get my kids on this adventure. How do I bring my kids into this world? How do I get Ryder up there? Because it's a weird time. It's September. They're back in school. It's a long period of time. But for me, that's what I look at now, is the evolution of it for me is, how do I get them involved and how do I get them out there?
So, I said once before on camera, I'll never do another Dropped. And that was when the format changed and it just wasn't what we wanted it to be. But
that was mid Code of the Wild too. So it was basically for back when Travel Channel. There was a lot of being gone at that point. So I think it was just exhaustion more than anything. I mean, it wasn't the heart speaking; it was the mind and the physical.
Well, no, but it also was tied to the fact that we were traveling all over doing Travel Channel show, whatever, 10 episodes around the globe, but Dropped wasn't what Dropped was. It just wasn't. It changed with reality television and the formats that were there and what worked for the networks and everything else. And so this, and the reason I say that is because this season was as close to the first season of a journey that I can say I'm proud to be back and doing Dropped again, right? For us to hit that river, do what we did, and it was as close as it's ever been to that first time that we got dropped off. Because I would say we always push and strive to, grow it, make it something different, build it, all the stuff. And this was just back to the roots of the story. And were we successful up top? It would have been nice to have knocked one of those big moose down up there. And, in hindsight, we can do a lot of things differently. That's part of being out there and learning when you go. But I'm proud of this season. I had the most fun on this season. I think it was just a good, solid trip for us. And I mean, we were in some really cool shit. We saw some really cool stuff. So I was super proud. And having done it now that way, like season 1, now I'm like, I cannot wait.
Yeah.
For September again, because of what we learned revisiting and the things that we've done. Now I'm like, all right, it's like, we got to go back and hit XYZ differently. And it's just exciting to me. So
I think from a production standpoint too, I feel like that's also in the right spot. You know, as we shot it in the wild, the game plan we had, there's obviously, I have a big ass list of notes that I want to do stuff different. It's not format stuff. It's just getting more, better, different angles, things that I see in the edit. Like, God, I wish I had more of X, Y, and Z. And it's always more scenic shots. It's you can't have enough. And we shoot them every day. We're shooting scenics. It still is not. It still is not enough. I'm reusing scenics from down low or from up high down low. I'm trying to just get isolated mountain shots because we just ran out. You run out of time. You run out of everything. So more scenics, but just in general, like this is the first time that we've shot a drop back-to-back years in probably 8 or 10. It's 2018 was, I think, the last time. 2017 and 18 were back to back, and then we went 2022, and now it was 2025. So now it's going to be 25, 26 back to back. You almost feel like you're in the rhythm. We're going back to the same river. I know there's some things and some things I want to capture on that river differently this time. It's going to be a completely different journey, as it always is. And from the edit side, I'm really happy with the way it's come together. It feels good. There's things I want to improve on, as always, but to your point, it's the first time that I've really felt like this is close to the first season that, and we've always said the first season is our favorite. It's the closest thing to the first season. I think from a production standpoint, it's 10 times better. Yeah. Obviously, it should be.
I mean, had we killed something up top, it would have literally been just like the first season, because we didn't. We killed Maniac up top on season 1, and then we hunted that entire way down to Prayer Point, and then ended up killing 2 at the end. And this time we didn't kill the moose up top. We ended up seeing moose, getting into it, doing all the stuff. We had great encounters along the way, and then shot a caribou at the end. I mean, from a journey and like what we did, it was similar.
There was that struggle,
and then just being on the river again. I can't explain it, how much it means to just be on that river. It breathes life into you.
I think some things that were different, and I think that this season felt incredible to me. The storytelling, the edit, the music, just the way everything got put together, it felt awesome. I love everything about it. I think season 1, when I look back, what I remember the most about season 1, we told the story in the field, but we told the story afterwards in more ways than one. I mean, I can remember sitting down writing the scripts about the Helio Courier and what the plane is, and explaining sea stall aircraft to people. And we don't have much of that. We did shoot some stuff while we were out there, quite a bit of stuff for Hunt Academy over on the app side. I look at, and this is a conversation for us to have eventually, like, do we start to work some more of that kind of shit into the episodes as we go forward? Because it's not part of this story per se. In some spots it is, but to me, there's room there for growth. Maybe we start to bring some of that stuff back.
Yeah, it's something we can definitely talk about.
I mean, you guys that are listening, I mean, if you've seen those episodes and one, like, let us know. Tell us that stuff. 100%. Like, do you want us to get, I mean, we had voiceover for probably the first however many seasons, but the voiceover changed over time. I think when you're saying in episode 1 is it was very informational voiceover about why and all the things. We were explaining things through a voiceover with B-roll shots and then getting into the story, where this year the story unfolded, right? So I mean, if that's something, if you guys are listening and you think so, drop a message on this.
Yeah, you guys self-narrated in season 8. And we went straight up with no narration. I think the strategy that at least I had, it feels more organic. You can let the sound design play through a little more when there's no narration. It feels more like a film every episode when you just let it unfold a little more and let it play out. But yeah, I mean, we're always talking about how we can make it feel better.
And I don't even think narration's the answer. Is it me on the gravel bar walking people around a Helio Courier showing them the aircraft? You know, I mean, do people want that kind of level to this thing, or are they happy with story? You know, I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna shoot it anyway because we need it for Hunt Academy.
We need it for Hunt Academy.
Just a matter of does it make it? So does some of that stuff pop into the episodes or not? You know, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I'm extremely happy with where it is right now and how it feels. I thought this season came together freaking awesome.
I mean, we're good at like overcomplicating shit.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sitting here thinking, man, I really love how it's sitting right now.
So do I.
Do we tear it? I think we just keep going. But we're perfectionists, man. If we feel there's even a little inch to get better or make things different, sometimes we do it when we don't have to, but sometimes we do. You know, and we need it.
I think just overall this year was up and down. Beat your ass. Ask yourself why you're doing it. Then love every other second of it. I mean, it's just how it goes.
I think there's more. Every year I look back, I'm like, we need to film more of the struggles and not planned struggles. Like, there's a lot of. This year the weather wasn't terrible. Like we didn't have
It was cold.
It was cold.
Oh, it was cold.
But we didn't have any rain. Like it never rained.
Oh fuck!
It rained after my caribou on the way to Prayer Point.
You know
just
that this coming season is now going to pour on us.
Oh, we're gonna. Well, it rained for 10 days before we went in there, so it got it out of the system. We're gonna take that out of the
We
podcast.
are going in a lot earlier this year, so way earlier. So we might have just took that one on the chin.
But I will say this: up there, it is a little cleaner. You don't get as much rain
compared
as you
to the
do
armpit?
down south. And when we did stuff, you know, for season 3 and 4, we got rain bad.
That's the worst.
But
I don't mind snow and stuff. Actually, I really don't.
No,
I'm
good with cold
I don't mind
too.
the cold, and it's. I mean, after 25 fucking days, it's cold. But the tent's the shit when you get in there and warm up. But no, we have challenges. There's challenges that we can't film because there's challenges that happen. You know, I mean, my eyesight went out on me on the way.
You can't film everything.
You can't film it all, and I couldn't film that eyesight. But we had a blowout on the river,
and we don't recreate anything either. So I mean, if something happens, so let's talk about this. Last episode we left off. We pushed off. We had caribou in the rafts. We had what we figured was 15 to 20 miles until Prayer Point. We're looking for Prayer Point, and starts to rain a little bit. Starts to get dark, and it took a while to get to Prayer Point, and it took the rapids. The rapids picked up again about 2 hours before Prayer Point, and it didn't stop. And the bouldering, it was aggressive boulders. It got probably the most dangerous section in the entire river was right there at close to dark.
It's the same one that ripped us through it the first time.
It is.
It was loud.
It's the same.
It's the same damn chute we got stuck in the first go around when we popped out at Prayer Point.
Yeah.
It was
And Glaucoma Boy over here. I didn't know what was going on. But we pull over and I'm like, we're behind you guys like, hey, we're at Prayer Point, boys. It was dark. And you go off storm. I thought you guys had a fist fight. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
We could have reached each other. We might have.
I'm like,
well, I wasn't yelling specifically at him, but then he called me out on it, and then I was like, well, you know what? Fuck off.
I felt like you, Jay, because I just kept saying one more. Just one more.
Yeah.
But I was talking about one more bend.
Yeah, not one more take.
Yeah, not one more take.
And we're going past things, and I'm like, fuck. I just don't see it. And then,
I'm back there looking at my GPS, and I'm like, I think it's up here still. One more bend.
Yeah.
One more bend. And it was getting.
It's dark.
It was. Well,
Dusk.
we were in the back.
Old man eyes. It was.
And
dark.
we're waiting. And I'm like, it's got to be coming up, but the rapids are what's giving it away. Like these rapids need to settle down before Prayer Point happens because that's just not how the river was.
When I kept looking at the high banks, and I'm like, we're not out of the damn high banks yet. We got to get out of these high banks.
Yeah.
But we were good all the way up until the point where when we started bumping rocks, that's where I'm like, fucking Ray can't see over here.
Yeah.
Ray Charles?
Yeah, I'm like, we gotta.
For those of you who don't know,
shut down and get off this rock because he can't see. And then he went. I forget what the exact line was, but it was something to the effect of, I'm fucking putting up a subpar performance here.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, oh, shit.
It was. I that's what drove me nuts is I was not able to perform at my fullest. I was pissed. It really pissed me off. I could not perform because my eyes gave out on me. I mean, listen, I got old ass eyes. They're bad. I was negative 5.25, had LASIK surgery for 15 years. It worked. And then one day I woke up blind. Now I'm blind again. And I have to put in contacts. They're all different prescriptions. It's a scene. And at night, I cannot see. And it's brutal at night.
It's bad because, season 1, you were a 1.2 prime, really fast lens,
fast as
and
shit.
now you're like a 5.6 to an 8 kit lens.
Yeah,
like a $40 kit lens.
Rental.
If you zoom in, it's worse.
Low light capabilities are awful.
Oh, you zoom in, it's worse. But what was happening is because of the dusk and everything, everything's blending in for me. So when normally I would be able to steer us around, and what happened is we hit two big boulders that were unacceptable to hit. From my position, I should never put us into anything that creates a bump and I'm not talking we bumped it, that creates a different direction. Like when we hit it, we're going to spin or we're going to go off, which puts us in danger, right? Unacceptable. Yeah. Subpar performance is absolutely unacceptable. And I said that to you, and then you said one more bend, and I think I was just like, I can't fucking see, Casey. I'm like, I can't. And I lost my mind, right? And then what did you say? You're like, quit yelling at me.
I said, calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
And you went, I'm not fucking yelling at you. And I said, you are now.
Yeah.
And you went, fuck.
Yeah.
I am. I can't fucking see.
Yeah.
So mad.
And I was like, not intentionally. And then I was like, I lost my mind.
Disappointed in yourself.
I was.
Disappointed in
he's
yourself.
like, mad, disappointed, subpar.
Yeah. Subpar.
We gotta get off. We gotta get off the water.
It's unacceptable. It is either and when it gets to the point where you are subpar, it becomes dangerous. The reality is it does. And that's what I didn't want to do is put us in a position. And nothing more frustrating than sitting on the front of a raft and not being able to see where's the line. And then even with a flashlight, that didn't help me at all. Like it was like that dusk.
Yeah.
I even tried. I was like, all right, I'm going to throw a flashlight or see if that helped. No, fuck that. Was just annoying that I had a flashlight in my hand.
Gray light.
It was just that gray light that I could not get through. And then I was like, I'm done.
The second hit was like, I actually said, okay, we got to pull.
Yeah, because I'm like.
One is very unusual. Two is like, fucking no way.
I'm like, Casey, I can't see, man.
My fear was not even the spin out. My fear was can opener.
Yeah.
You hit one that's got a sharp edge. That's going to peel the raft open. I'm like, oh, we're fucked.
I'm gonna peel us open because I can't see. And at this point, we are so far down, and we're right there. And I know we have to push another bend, and I'm okay with that. But then when I hit a second one, then it just compounded, and yeah.
I kept looking back for you guys because when you hit that whitewater, we were going faster, we were heavier.
Yep.
So the current was moving us a lot quicker than I think it was moving you guys. But it got to the point too where I was looking back and I couldn't see you guys.
Yeah.
And usually I don't put up with that for more than like one bend. Yeah. And then I'm like, hey, I can't see them. We got to slow down. And when I didn't see you guys for like a good 3 minutes, I'm like, oh shit. We got it. This is
because then you start looking for shit floating down the river, and then you're like, oh, now we got to go back upstream. And I'm like,
we were dialed. I mean, Louis got good young eyes.
Oh yeah, he's got eagle eyes,
which is great. And I was on the back, operating from the back. But we were in a good spot. In the beginning with Louis, he was nervous. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I know he was. Because it feels like a big thing. But I think when you got it, this is what I've trained my brain to do in Alaska. Scale it down to where you're at. Don't look at this and that and this and think of where you've been and where you're going. Go right here.
Yep.
And it's just like every river, honestly, that we've been on up here that has a little current. Don't make it bigger than it is. And I think what you make big is if you make a mistake, that becomes a big mistake because you can't have them out there. So I think there's a lot of that pressure. But once we got kind of dialed in that first when we pushed out of Camp 2 and we kind of got going, you could see the weight lift. Like, oh, this is fun. I'm good.
Yeah.
Because he didn't know what type of rapids was ahead of us.
And most of the time you hear them coming before you see them.
Yeah.
And you know what that's like when you hear that shit. You're like, You're like, oh,
It's the urgency.
That
Oh, boy.
section,
Here
that
it
section is loud the entire time. So
it
that,
is.
you know,
Never
when you
lets up.
take the noise, compound it. Look, these aren't class 5 rapids. They're just enough where
Three-
it's throwing you into
there's threes.
sweepers. It's these are threes probably. They're dumping you into stuff, and you're just bouncing. And when it's daylight and you're on it, it's fun and you're in it and you're like, I got it. But when I started to lose the senses, and I'm like, I don't know if there's a sweeper, if I'm going to push this, then I'm going to hit this rock, go into a sweeper, we're going to flip. They're just the tiniest little mistake at that distance can be an issue. And when it hit me, I'm like, I am not performing at any level of performance that I'd like to be at.
This is one of the funnier scenes.
Yeah.
I wish I couldn't. I had held my Osmo in my mouth like 6 times that day, and I literally like couldn't hold it anymore. I wish I could have, because I'd have turned it on.
Yeah.
Because he was yelling at himself up there, and you know when he's facing forward, all you hear is yeah. And I'm like, oh, he's so mad.
Well, you know, it's like
so mad.
when you come into a room and something's happened in the room and you come in all excited and everyone's pissed off. You're like,
You can tell.
what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah.
So we pull up on shore. I said, prayer point, boys. And you're marching off into somewhere, kicking a rock. You're like, fucking, what are you mad about? And I'm like, what did I walk in here?
What happened?
I'm like, I was so excited to get to prayer point and you guys are fighting.
And all it was is I said, I can't see.
And you were mad at yourself.
I
You're
was.
just an old,
I'm
vat.
mad. I'm mad I'm old. I'm mad that shit's
was
going
funny.
away. I'm mad that it was subpar.
I said one more for 45 minutes.
And
Like,
we could have kept
honestly,
saying it
He
too.
did say one more for aggressive amount of time.
One more.
And I'm
One more.
like,
But it didn't set up right. It just didn't. The high banks
Still
were
don't
off.
think it ever did.
I know. I think we were. I think we were 2 bends close.
I think
closer.
we were right there, but I still think it was
though.
So
tough sledding.
walk
that
through
right
this
there.
though. So you hit a can opener and you blow the raft apart, and there is no repairing it. At that point, you've got 2 rafts full of gear. We've got 4 guys. What is the next step in that process when we can't get a plane in? What is it? I mean, because those rafts are extremely important.
I've thought about this a lot. To me, it comes down to it's men and meat.
Yep.
I mean, gear,
Need gear.
unfortunately, has got to stay. Like, sacrifice what we got to sacrifice and see if there's a way we can get back in with a heli or something to come get it, or Coast Guard.
Well, you gotta
or,
you
know
gotta
what I mean?
weigh the options. Like,
Yeah.
what are you bringing with us? Well, I know we'd bring the hard drive. We'd bring the hard drives. We'd bring our high price stuff, our firearms. We'd leave the tents. We would bring the meat. Anything we had, but yeah, there'd be hard, storm cases sitting there with gear in it, production gear, unfortunately.
Yep. Bow. I'd leave my bow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you're survival mode at that
You're in
point,
survival
you know?
mode, and honestly, with 4 guys on that raft with their high pry gear, you'd have to have some sort of tent to bring with you for shelter.
Yeah.
We've
we've made shelter with the rafts before.
You could.
But
Given where we were at that moment, I think
coulda left the tent.
I think you're just going to have to do with what you can do in a day or two to get.
We did
out,
have the
you know.
production tent,
No.
which was a smaller shelter.
Yeah.
Which but yeah, I mean, there's
But
just.
I mean, we've slept on the ground plenty of times. I think it's do you have fire? Do you have food? And do you have like enough clothes to keep you warm and get through it? And then you just you would have to go, but you would be leaving a lot of stuff,
a lot of gear.
There's no question.
Yep.
Yeah.
filming the rest with the Osmo.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, you'd be leaving a lot of stuff to pick up the following year. Yeah, we'd be walking it back into a lot high ground and try to stuff it.
Yeah.
It would be it'd be interesting. Luckily, we haven't had that.
We didn't have to-
happen.
we haven't
to worry
Now
about
you've
that.
said that, we're gonna have rain and a fucking split tent next year, or a split raft next year.
Well, let's be ready
My
for
eyes
it.
are gonna go out.
Let's be ready for it.
At Keefer Brothers, our mission is to pass on what the wild has taught us. Every single step into the wild tells a story, and we've spent years capturing those moments in the rawest way possible. So if you're not afraid to step outside of your comfort zone and you want to go further and live the kind of life that most people only talk about, be sure to visit KeeferBrothers.com. Whether you're there for the stories, the skills, or the connection, everything lives at KeeferBrothers.com and the all-new companion app.
Every shot counts. And when it's time to make it count, you want the best. Winchester Ammunition has built its legacy on a commitment to innovation by continuously pushing what's possible. In the heartland of America, the American Legend crafts ammunition that's purpose-built, reliable, accurate, and ready to perform no matter how harsh the conditions. Whether you're hunting or shooting for sport, Winchester will be there.
All right, let's talk about beer for a second. You ever notice there's a big difference between Busch Light drinkers and other beer drinkers? I like to say we live on the wild side. You know, a guy with a Busch Light in his hand, he's a man of the people. He's out there in the wild every day. He's in the trenches smashing bushies with a smile on his face. You know why? Because he doesn't care. He's not looking for a soulmate. He just needs something to wash that damn jerky down. And he's got himself a 12-pack of Freedom in a can. And when that can gets cracked, it's like opening a door to a whole different world. It's just a vibe. And if you haven't felt it, you should. So go grab yourself a case of bushies, give them a rip, and take a walk on the wild side. Wherever your adventure takes you, count on Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's to make it memorable. From the timberline to the campsites to the lake and the range, get your family outfitted with the right gear. With premium brands like Worldwide Sportsman, Ascend, Instinct, Redhead, and Natural Reflections, they've got the apparel and the gear to make it the best adventure ever. Stop by today for a one-of-a-kind shopping experience in-store or online at BassPro.com and Cabela's.com. See for yourself at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's stores. Your adventure starts here.
For some of us, the hunt never stops. Grizzly understands that more than most. Rugged, reliable, and built to never back down. Whether you're on the trail, by the water, or deep in the dark timber, Grizzly is by your side. Tough enough to take on the wild and ready for whatever you can throw. Grizzly is committed to products that never let you down. Always on the hunt with Grizzly.
Out here in the wild, precision isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity. Leupold Optics is built on the foundation of American craftsmanship, where every features function first. For over a century now, they've combined dedication and technology with a relentless put-it-to-the-test attitude, creating optics that stand up when everything else stands down. When it matters most, you need the best. That's what you get with Leupold Optics. While other companies out there warranty failure, Leupold guarantees performance for life. You've got things that matter. Memories, heirlooms, documents, firearms. And we all know that life is unpredictable. At Winchester Safes, they make sure life's unpredictable moments don't take those things from you. They use state-of-the-art methods that refuse to sacrifice quality. They put everything they have into their products, offering proven protection and peace of mind. There's only one safe company worthy of the title, the American Legend, and that's Winchester Safes. Follow at Winchester Safes or learn more on winchestersafes.com. When you're miles from help, second chances don't exist. That's why we shoot Rage broadheads. Massive cutting diameter, field point accuracy, and devastating results when it matters most. Hunt with Rage.
Yeah, get ready for that.
The raft thing it's delicate, man. It really is. Because they're built, right? They're tough.
they're
They're
sturdy.
built well. But the wrong scenario, I mean, that's part of the
bear gets on it?
Yeah.
Rips it. That's why we wash the blood and everything off it.
The unique thing about our rafts and the way
Chambers,
that Larry
yeah.
designed them is they're chambered out.
Yeah.
And so that is definitely unique. So one hole doesn't deflate the entire thing
Yep.
the way the chambers are. We got a little raft repair I got to get done. I got to repair.
What was a boot repair kit this year?
Yeah. Yeah. Did well too.
Yeah, it
Lasted
did.
for a while. But we got to repair that one raft before we go out next year.
All right, so we get to Prayer Point. It's dark. We set the tent, and the first thing we do, because we hadn't eaten the meat yet, we get everything set. We get in there. We're freaking exhausted because we did another 25 miles. We killed a caribou, mentally frazzled. We get things set up, and we cut some tenders off, and we eat that caribou for the first time. How good was it?
Unreal.
That's the night. So it's kind of crazy. I went full Chef Boyardee mode that night because we had one on-point adventure that we've been saving.
Yep.
Buffy.
It was the buffalo chicken dip.
And we didn't know about this.
And the reason we
and
were saving
there's a sleeve of Ritz crackers that you threw in there.
Yes. And so I put the
It
secret.
lasted that whole damn time.
was like
I put
12
a secret
left.
in there because I was
crushed.
like, hey, if we got a little sliver of Ritz crackers and I saw that buffalo chicken dip, I got it at the Walmart, got some Ritz, threw them in there, and they didn't even break up.
Didn't even
like
break.
I had them protected, like in a Pelican case of
It was
Ritz.
smart.
And it was like, I'm going to wait until it's, because, you know, you can go a couple days, but then when you're down, you need like a good, I'm like, this is going to be a good pick-me-up. Well, once we got the meat down, and now we're like within a day's reach of
We have
whatever.
an embarrassment of riches.
I'm like, we can have an appy. I'm like, I'm going to make an appy.
Yeah.
Made the buffalo chicken dip while I was prepping the meat, and then brought that in, and then had the caribou and the buffalo chicken dip. And I mean, I felt like I ate 20 pounds of stuff. And I mean, it was not a lot, but it was like, I mean, it was, let's be honest, it was a little thing like this and the meat. But holy shit, was that good. I'll never forget Louis taking his first bite. We got a video of him taking his first bite.
The old high eight.
Yeah, at the high 8 camera, he took his first bite of that meat. And he couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
He could not believe and I said, buddy, we got it now. I was like, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, when you're hungry, just grab a little piece of meat, slice it up, and eat some meat. Like,
See,
so
we didn't know
nice.
you were cooking that buffalo chicken dip, and you had it covered under something.
Yeah,
it was
we
like
did.
it was like you revealed it. Like,
Yes.
oh, I'm like, what?
Yes.
I don't even know. What'd you have covering it?
I had,
it was some random.
No, I had my
magnetic bowl?
I had my magnetic bowls, but I took the
yeah.
top of the one and covered it
Yeah.
so it stayed hot.
and you revealed
And then
it.
I was like, all right, guys, and I cooked the meat
Like a
and
fine
brought it in, and
restaurant.
I was like, here's the meat, and then I just took the magnetic bowl off, and I was like, and the appetizer. And
Like,
it was
no.
I think I was building the cache and I caught a whiff.
Yeah.
And I was like,
what is that?
That's different.
what the hell is that smell? You
Don't
know, I'm
worry
like, that is
about
not caribou meat.
Don't worry about
I don't
it.
know what that is. And it
Nothing to
ended up
see
being
here.
a buffalo chicken dip.
Yeah.
Oh man,
so that was good.
That stuff was unbelievable. But yeah, that just added to it, you know. But again, we were down to that. Like we had like that left, and I was like, man, that's going to be a big one for us. Get
Well, we
some carbs.
had one little.
We had another goat, didn't we?
No, we had the little desserts that I brought.
Oh,
The secrets.
Oh yeah, freeze dried.
The freeze dried desserts.
We had those
Yeah,
the next day.
Cheesecake. We had them the next day. As a matter of fact, I have a picture of you eating a blueberry one, and it looks like you dug a tunnel with your fingernails. There is so much dirt on your hands, and you've got this blueberry cheesecake, and you're like, look how good this is.
Yeah.
It's rough. It's tough sledding out
It's
there.
tough sledding, man.
There's no finger
small
care
wins.
going on.
It is amazing,
Especially
how
when
just,
you lost feedback.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you lose feedback. You don't have any feedback.
It's one of the funniest things. I got no feedback. Oh,
That's when they're frozen when you get no feedback.
Oh,
Don't have the feedback.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, it's amazing how little you can actually run on, and then when you put something in like that, how fast. I mean, when we had that meat, I felt so good. Like that next morning we woke up, man, I was like, holy shit, do I feel good. It was just like that protein jolt and that meat, and it was like,
When you wake up knowing that in the morning we're gonna have meat breakfast.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, I think a lot of that's mental because now it's like, I know we have it.
Yeah,
So a lot of
it
that
is.
weight is like, it's just gone. It
is.
just melts away, and you're like, all right, cool.
we did. I
this
did
is
coffee and steak the next morning, and caribou backstrap the next morning, and
Yep.
So
Yeah,
talk about the meat cache. So we get there. What do you guys when we get to a camp? We have meat. The first thing we always do is where are we going to put the meat.
Yep.
What are you looking for? Explain how you guys set this one up at this specific Prayer Point camp.
This one was a little different. This one was a little unusual in the fact that it was actually a little downriver from where we were, but it was with the setup that we had. It was basically the only place to put it. Normally what I like to look for is if I can get it upriver a little bit, because that way if we got to hit escape mode in a hurry, we can at least get in a raft and scoot down.
Yep.
In this setup, we'd have had to go buy a bear, you know what I mean, to get out. So it was a little unusual, but the big things, keep it cool, keep it clean, keep it dry. on this gravel bar, you get those little patches of willows. And a lot of times that's what we look for, because you can use it to either stand the legs up on or stand the quarters up on. You could tie branches and you can hang stuff. So anything like that. I happen to like putting them out on the gravel bar because you can see it clear as day. It's not tucked back in the timber. And then also usually closer to the river I think is better, because the current of the river creates a natural draft and a breeze anyway, which keeps the wind flowing through there, which is going to help keep it dry. So this one, it wasn't the greatest spot, but it worked. I mean, it was
short term.
Yeah, we
too.
only needed it for
short term, cold temps. It was just like you said, it was keep it dry, and we knew snow was coming.
Yep.
So you tarped it all off, and that helped tremendously because it doesn't get the bags wet, and it did. It stayed dry and it stayed great the whole time. And you know, I always enjoy that next morning. Because a lot of times you're in a hurry. Like with this caribou, I didn't cape it off the head where we were at because that takes time. It's a chore for me that I always love, with a cup of coffee, sitting on whatever bar we're on at that time, and you wake up early and it's like, man, I just go out and I'm going to cape this, you know, the head off and the cape off the head, and it's just, I don't know what it is, but there's something about it for me. I just love that moment of just sitting there and a cup of coffee, and you know, you call for moose and then just, you know, you're just working on that animal the whole time. And so, you know, we kind of got that stuck up underneath the cache and then took care of that. And pretty much at that point, that was ready to go. Now we were like, all right, let's throw a Hail Mary here and see what we can find. And, you know, it's just tough. I mean, weather kicked in big time. It snowed on us quite a bit.
A lot of snow.
When we were so close to extraction, like with the cache, we didn't have to break everything out. We didn't have to spray it citric acid and like go through the whole process. I mean, I was checking temp with the thermometers the whole time we were there. Temps were holding fine. There was no bird issues. So, I mean, that was all. Normally, it's a much bigger process, depending on where you kill.
Yeah.
You know, if we kill early on in the trip, which we've done before, well, hell, we got to keep meat for 14, 15, 18 days, whatever it might be. Meat comes first every day. Like it comes first, middle, and last of every single day. But this wasn't one of those scenarios.
What talk about the tarps are not just the tarp you think about getting from Home Depot. They're highly functional and technical. Yeah. The tarps, and also what's in the meat pouch.
Yeah. So
bag.
we carry a couple of different tarps. We've got a couple
pouch.
that are Hilleberg tarps. They're super lightweight. Insanely lightweight. Some are Tyvek. There's just different materials. Lightweight is key. And impervious to water is also key. So some of those silicone ones, you got to treat them and stuff like that. But the lighter the better. The more guy out and tie out points, the better, because you can actually, no matter what setup, you'll be able to kind of get the tarp to cover the meat. So that's huge. And then, really, like I said, just make sure in my meat care kit, I've got 2 thermometers. So I've actually got one that's digital, and then I have another one that is just an old school gauge.
Anal thermometer.
Digital can fail. So I've got a couple of those. I've got my citric acid. We carry a little spray bottle that we can put it on the meat with if we need it. I mean, it's pretty well perfected now, you know. But it's just, you got to pay attention to it. That's the biggest thing with meat is, I mean, normally I check it 5, 6, 7 times a day. Depending on where we are, you got to keep that temp under 40 degrees and keep it right.
I think if I remember seeing the meat thermometer, this time it was at 32 degrees is where it was.
Yeah, ambient temperature.
Looking at the footage, I was just looked at it today.
Ambient temperature dictates that a lot. Like if you can keep it out of the sun, but we were freezing cold outside, so that's why no citric acid at those temperatures. Bacteria is not growing.
There's no flies. There's none of that.
No, you don't have to. We don't have to worry about any of that. It's when you have those ambient temperatures that are in like the high 40s, low 50s. I mean, you'd be amazed though. We'll keep meat at 37, 38 degrees even when the ambient temperature is 55. So it's all in how you set it up and the spacing and keeping the airflow.
And keeping it cool at night, because at night, you know, even when it's 50 in the day, it goes in the 30s at night. If you can keep it cool at night and keep it shaded throughout the day, it like you said, it'll keeps.
Stay. Yeah, it'll stay. One of the biggest mistakes I see a lot, and we've done it. I try not to do it, is guys dunking stuff in the river. I mean, I've seen guys that'll take like those hefty garbage bags and they'll dunk the meat in the river in one of those bags. Those bags don't breathe. It's literally a breeding ground for bacteria. They need heat and darkness. And so when you put a warm quarter of an animal into a plastic bag that doesn't let moisture escape, and you dunk it in the water, you've now given it darkness and you've trapped the heat inside. Like, that's the fastest way to spoil shit.
Yep.
And guys, still to this day, it drives me crazy. I see guys do it all the time. So that's part of what we're building out actually with a lot of this new Hunt Academy stuff, is just meat science in general. When you're in the backcountry and you're in the field, how to take care of it and what to look for, what spoilage it is, how quickly it occurs, all that kind of stuff. So,
Well, I think sometimes you get guys that will go off of how it looks, like, well, look how clean it is, and look how, but it's wet, and it's you know, the meat on meat contact of this part's super dark, and this, you know, and then it. But in reality, if you look at meat that's drying out, that's aging. Like,
I want dark.
I want that crust.
Browny crust.
You want the crust on it, right? The citric acid will burn a little bit of that and give you that crust so the bugs can't penetrate and all that other stuff. But to me, there's nothing better than, like, grab a strap, flip it over, and you got that layer that you're peeling off of there. I mean, that's dry aged meat, and it's so tender on the other side of it. But I think sometimes guys get worried about that. They're like, it's turning black. It's like, it's supposed to. Like, it's okay. Like, let it cook itself here, and let's get that top layer on it.
If it gets jelly,
as long as you have, if it's jelly.
If it gets jelly, no good. If it gets green, no good. If you can smell it as you're walking up to it, no good.
Yeah.
Like, there's a couple of no-brainer, like, holy shit signs.
Yeah.
You know, and the biggest thing once spoilage starts is cut it out and just hope and cross your fingers, because it might have gone too far.
Yeah, remember the movie Into the Wild, when he discovers that he shoots I think he shoots a moose, and he buried the moose in, like, a bunch of like moss and just different things, but he peeled it open and it started to spoil. And again, it's a movie, but it's a very mainstream. It's a mainstream story that I think a lot of people watched Into the Wild, that movie, and that's exactly what happens. Is once a little bit gets spoiled, the whole thing's gone.
Yep.
Maggots if it's warm. We don't. Up there, it's too cold. Really for that.
But it can happen.
It can happen like that.
Literally,
overnight.
like, you at night you go to bed and you're great. In the morning you come over and you're like, what the hell just happened? Like, how did this go so bad so fast? Which why I say, like, once we have meat down, like, meat comes first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth.
Yeah, it's just part of the routine. It's get up, start a fire, make the coffee, check the meat, like, and then check the meat again before you're done with the coffee, and then go. And it's constant.
It's a great responsibility, though. I love the fact that that's a responsibility we have.
Yeah,
because it's you take pride in having, you know, good meat. Good meat care.
There's
system.
nothing better, and we've heard this multiple times. There's nothing better than when we get back and you get a pilot, or you get somebody at one of the butcher shops. It's like, man, like, this is the cleanest meat I've had.
They said that this year.
They always do. They're like, man, this is the cleanest meat I've seen all week. You know, and it's like, good, like that. And thinking of where we're bringing it from, like, that makes me feel good.
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
Hell yeah, we did our job. So.
Well, it didn't work out for us there at Prairie Point, but we were able to kind of push out. And we hit the big river. And I'll be honest with you, I was super delighted with the water flow in the big river, because we've gotten caught up on that river before, and it's a dead, like, sand drift. And we were moving.
It was about was it all said and done once we hit the confluence? It was a solid 6 hours, I'd say. Yeah. It felt a little longer than that for some reason. I think we were just anticipating getting to extraction. Yeah. But we finally get there. We pull out.
Do you guys feel this when we hit the bigger river? Do you feel like, for me at that moment, the trip's over?
Yeah.
I know, but you have to remind yourself, like, there's still moose and animal. Like, it's weird, but it does feel like you've hit the highway, and you know what I mean? Like,
there's
like, you've been on the back roads hunting, and then you hit the highway, and you're like, I guess we're done. But then you realize, like, there's a lot, and
still in the game.
Still in the game.
But for me, every time we hit a confluence, I feel like, it's like, okay, well, that's the trip. Yeah. So I don't know. It's just weird.
It is. It's over once you hit it, because mentally you're checked out, and not checked out, but you want to get to the extraction. Yeah. You know, I mean, that's just, and usually you have no time left to do anything but get there. Yeah. I mean, we had that day, and we're getting pulled out the next morning. So I think we rolled up around maybe 6 p.m. I think we pushed out at maybe 9 o'clock.
That was cold.
It was 20s all day.
Like, the high had to be high teens, 20, and when you're rowing like that for 6 hours, man.
Feet
no
were-
feedback on the fingers. Tips are gone.
The tips of
Boots.
my toes
Yeah.
last month, finally I got the feeling back.
I still don't.
Finally.
yeah, I got a left big one that's done work.
Done?
Yeah.
No, it's there.
I'm
I got
3
it
on
back.
my left foot, 2 on my right. Still can't feel it.
Mine came back, but it takes 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
To get them back.
Yeah, it was bad. But it was, I mean, that was about as cold of a day that we had the entire time as that day we rode out.
It was-
and the wind was, the wind got us
I
too.
blew your sunglasses right off your head.
I had my sunglasses all the way to the last day. And then I turned around and went,
Wind literally.
what the? And I tried to get him, and I saw, and that water's so clear.
Oh, yeah.
And I just saw him. In case he hit him with the
looked like a
oar,
daredevil going
and he was
down
like
there.
pulling it like this, and they were just going like a damn lure for a smallmouth bass. They were just like this in the water,
Yeah.
and then we went right by it, and I was like,
Gone.
oh, I just lost him. Leopold Bridgers, the good ones. I still haven't got another pair.
They're nice.
Yeah,
They're gone.
Gone. Last day though.
But back to like feeling like the trip's over. We got there, we pull up, we get to extraction, get out, check the bar. Everything's good. Know where we're going to put the tent. We get all of that. And
The gravel bar, right? There's no bar.
Yeah, no, not the actual bar.
wish
bar.
we could've checked the
the
bar.
the old gravel bar.
Yeah.
And as luck would have it, I mean, we got all our gear broken down. We had everything ready to go. Tomorrow the plane comes. We call our Hoyle for the night. We go to bed.
And season ends that
Yeah.
night.
Yep.
Yeah.
That like at midnight or whatever. That's the
Yep.
we're
Yep.
done.
Season's over.
It's over.
It's over.
We are laying in the tent.
Yes.
Jay's like, hey. Brr. I had my noise cancelers on, so I couldn't hear.
Well, you know me, I'm listening for any intruders.
Yeah.
Anything comes up, I'll hear them.
And by the way, never called for moose. Never.
Nothing.
We literally were like, we're at extraction, and a giant bull moose walked through camp. And I'm almost positive. I got to look on my phone.
Right across the landing strip.
Right across the landing strip. We got out. We hit it at the light, and there he stood right there. And I mean, a stud of a moose right there.
Just grunting his fucking head off.
For 45 minutes. The whole I'm like, oh, we're all just sitting there going, that's.
Yeah.
And you look and you go, where did he come from? Right side, high bank, straight drop off. It's like, what the?
Raging
Raging
was
water.
raging at
It was
that
like,
point.
yeah, they didn't care. He didn't care. He
Didn't
came
care.
right into camp. I got to see if I can.
But I mean, what an unbelievable bow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to have that, like,
Yep.
I don't know. Some people would be pissed. I loved it. I thought it was
That's
awesome.
cool, man.
I mean, I
Oh, it was great
enjoyed
to
the
see.
shit out of it. But yeah, it was cool to actually. Again, there's so many things with this trip that are hard to explain, but when they grunt, you feel it. Mm-hmm. And that dude was just, brr, and you could like, I don't know, you feel it in your chest.
You can feel it, man.
Yeah.
It's like a gobbler when he's close enough, you can hear him drumming.
Yeah.
You know, it's a
Yep.
it's a different sound.
Yep.
Different sound.
But to have that moose that night, again, for me, that was like the bow. That was like, okay, well,
Yeah.
that was cool. That was awesome.
Well, and it also, when we got out there, the Northern Lights
oh yeah,
were
everywhere.
I mean, it was one of
Crazy
the greatest
good.
nights of the Aurora Bora
Yeah.
Alice that was out there. I mean, it was insane. So between that and then that moose shows up, it was like, what is going on?
And viciously cold.
Oh, my
I remember stepping out of the tent to see the moose, and I was like, "Holy shit, it's cold." The wind was just
That next day was really cold too.
Yeah.
And just like normal, I mean, you always expect the plane to come semi on time. Oh, they're going to leave at 9. They're going to be here. Leave at 8. They're going to be here at 10 or 11. Well, we didn't see the first plane until what, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. It was getting late. I was getting a little concerned that we were actually going to have to sit there one more day. We were ready for it. I mean, we had preparation, but yeah.
It
Finally
was 1:41 a.m.
When that
And because we went out for the Northern Lights and the
Yep.
moose was.
was the
That's
same
why
time.
we got up to go out. It was 1:41 a.m. when he went through. But I don't have the moose on here because it must be on the Osmo.
Yeah, but
I
it was
remember
a-
trying to get it, but it was so dark.
It was so
I don't know if
dark,
we
yeah.
actually got it or not, but he was an absolute giant.
But yeah, put a bow tie on another season, man. And we got in the Helios and got into our shuttle point, and all went home.
Yeah.
And back to Fairbanks, and it's always once you get to Fairbanks, it's like the story's done, like you said earlier. There's no recreating a shot. There's no B-roll. There's like the whole season in the series is shot and on hard drives and done. And there's kind of like it's momentous. It's a celebration when you get back, and the first thing you always want to do is go have a beer, go have a good bite to eat somewhere. That's probably one of my favorite days ever, is coming out of the bush, knowing that you did everything you could, you made it through another successful season of Dropped, and you get back in Fairbanks, and yeah, man, it's a good day.
Yeah. Shower.
Yeah, shower's always
I just
good.
want to shower.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I got in the shower. I was like, oh, I just the hot water shower
For a
just
half
lay there.
hour.
Just lay there.
Straight.
Yeah. Yeah. I went to the bar downstairs and got 2 glasses of wine. Big bastards, airport pours. And I was like, I'm going to need 2 of those. And I went back and sat there and just slugged one and caught a buzz real quick.
Yeah, we got pizza. We got pizza
did
that
not have
night.
anything.
I mucked some sushi.
Was it Ale House? Oh, you got sushi.
I mucked sushi.
Yeah, we got
We got
pizza.
something,
We got
wings.
we got pickup pizza and
Wings.
wings, and we brought it back to the hotel lobby. And
Your eyes are bigger than anything. It's like, I can do it. And then you're 3 wings in, and I'm like, I'm going to the room. I wanted that shower. That's what I wanted more than anything, was a shower.
There's a place in Fairbanks. If anybody's ever been there, if you're ever going there, it's called Sushi Kampai. It is the most
Unbelievable.
dynamite.
that's the
sushi
place
in
we ate, right? We sat down and
beforehand.
unbelievable.
I don't think you
So
guys
good.
believed me. I've gone there by myself. I've gone there with Jameson. I don't know how we've all never been there.
No, that was so good.
But yeah, you go in there if you're looking for a good sushi meal. It's literally the top 2 I've ever had in my life.
It is pretty incredible.
And they have a piano that plays itself, so you can sit in there and just listen to the piano.
Listen to the piano. But
yeah, man. Well, it was a great season, man.
Yeah.
And the last episode 10 of our Dropped series is wrapped. Along with episode 10, we'll be running. It will have already ran tonight. And yeah, I'm excited for next year, but we'll get back in the regular routine for the Wilder Minds podcast, the stupid, wild, no formatted style like we've been known for, I guess.
Blacking out in the operating rooms coming up.
Oh, we've got some good stories. There's a lot of stories that have built up that we're going to get into.
it is for sure. Well, here's the thing. We got turkey season coming up, so we're going to be live real time on some turkey stories. That starts ASAP. So our next episode, we're probably going to have some of that. We're going to also try to integrate some guests coming up. We've had a few people have contacted us. Also, if you're listening to this and you got a guest you want us to interview or someone you want us to talk to and have some fun with, let us know. Write it down in the comment section. We're always open to talking to anybody. I think it would be a lot of fun to learn and to listen to what everybody else has going on. So
That is part of the beauty of Wilder Minds, is it is whatever the hell we want it to be.
Exactly.
So whatever you guys want, fire away.
yeah, we'll keep telling fun stories and appreciate it. It's been amazing to see all the comments and Dropped and all the stuff that's happening. We love producing it and putting it out there for you guys. We're excited that we're going to do it one more time. Thank the Outdoor Channel for letting us have the ability to do that. And then for those of you that are asking, yes, it will make itself to YouTube and MOTV and Amazon. It'll make the rain. It'll go all the way through.
It's on MOTV right now.
It's on an MOTV. It's going to move to Amazon Prime. Then it's going to go into the YouTube section and all that stuff. So it'll be coming. But in the meantime, just thanks for doing it. Check out KeeferBrothers.com. We're going to be doing a lot. Like Casey said, the new hunt academies are going to be coming out. Just a lot of footage. We're putting everything up in real time. We've got the season 25, some new whitetail stuff coming up that we're kind of getting ready for. That's going to launch from last year. So tons of new content. Just appreciate you all coming on the journey with us. So it's been fun.
Yeah, big thanks to everybody for watching, and partners too. Big thanks to a lot of our partners. They help us execute this trip because it is not an easy trip to do.
Yeah.
And the support that they give us, the products that they make, the shit that holds up through the nasty stuff. So
Cabela's, Bass Pro, Winchester, guns, ammo, safes, all the guys and gals over there. It's just like so supportive of what we do. We wouldn't be able to do it without them. So it's awesome. And Instinct gear, guys, don't sleep on Instinct. This shit's amazing. Check it out at Cabela's. It really is. It's proven itself to us.
Yep.
It's exciting. So, anything else?
no, I think that's it.
That's a wrap.
Can't wait to get back out there again. We keep making out alive. We'll keep doing it.
That's right.
Mama say it's a new day song.
Seeing your arrow vanish in the dark is pure adrenaline. Nocturnal makes it clear. Bright, tough, and dead simple to use. Low light or last light. Track your shot all the way through. Shoot Nocturnal.
Some call it out on the trail. I like to call it the road less traveled. The kind of place where the going gets tough. That's where Tracker Off-Road comes in. Made for those who won't back down. Tracker Off-Road delivers the hardest working machines with the greatest capability at the strongest value in the industry. Built by those who know what it takes and designed for those who don't turn back. Tracker is dedicated to delivering machines that let you get the most out of your day and your dollar. Ready to take on your next adventure? Go with Tracker Off-Road.
Accuracy isn't optional. It's survival. Carbon Express arrows are built for serious hunters chasing clean kills and confidence in every shot. Across the Midwest or all through Alaska, it does not matter. Hunt hard and shoot straight. Carbon Express.